as I'm going to get.
Yeah. Feels good. People, what's popping? Bobby is in the building. Mentourme. People, welcome to the Pain for Truth. Alongside, I got Mike there.
It's boy Mike the Advisor. What's going on, y'all? How y'all feeling?
Listen. We having a good topic tonight. As you guys know, every Thursday night we have a discussion about relationships. We have a discussion about sometimes about life. Tonight we're talking about something that a lot of people want to hear. And shout out to all the people that DM me and was like, you know what, they want to hear about this topic and really want to get some input on this topic because it's a real truthful topic. Yeah. And again, men, I get it. You are, by theory, the victim sometimes, right? But sometimes you are the person that needs to readjust your situation because you're causing this problem, right?
Right.
Tonight we're talking about why do men get used in relationships? What's the top reasons men get used in relationships? Mike, man, I'm gonna let you start it off, intro it up, because I mean it's just different. Nowadays it's just men, they just different. The spending, the recklessness, the high-end restaurants on the first date. I mean, it's just they reckless. You know what I mean? Paying rent on the first week. This is paying mortgage payments on the first week. This is the problem. Talk to me, Mike.
All right. Well, here's what I think. Right.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all tuning in.
Yeah.
I think that when we talk about why men get used in relationships. First off, let me start with this. I saw something on what was it, Instagram the other day, and a girl posted it, but it was very factual. I think we're going to start here, and then we can take it from there. But there's a difference between shooting a shot and harassment.
yeah, there's definitely a difference.
So there's a fine line between it, right? And a good amount probably do not know the difference. And what I mean by that is being thirsty.
Oh, man.
Fellas, thirst traps are here to stay. They've been here before us and they'll be here after us. They're mirages. They look real, but they're really not. And what I mean is that the intent is not always what we believe it is. It's how it's trying to be displayed. So just because she's doing that doesn't mean the energy you're giving is what she wants to receive. Now, that's a whole other conversation.
Mm-hmm.
That's for her to figure out why she's doing it and that's for her. But as men, just because, as a dog, you see the bone, it doesn't mean she wants you to come and get that bone. Mm. It just means she just wants to just show it and move back and you not do nothing.
So you're telling me we must be talking about when women are on IG, 90% naked, showing their body. What are we talking about exactly?
It's not just Instagram. It's Instagram, obviously,
real life
photos. It's real life.
Okay.
Because she's wearing XYZ doesn't mean you treat her like XYZ. So if she's wearing thought material clothing, you need to treat her like Michelle Obama. No. That's what she's thinking she deserves, right? Which she probably does deserve it. But here's the thing. You walk like a duck, talk like a duck, fly like you're a duck. You're a duck.
You're obviously a duck.
So if you're moving in a certain way where everything about you is thirst trap.
Facts.
And fellas, you guys are so dehydrated to the point where you boys are thirsty to the max.
Falling for the bait.
You're doing anything possible to quench that thirst.
And you gotta understand what's the problem.
Which puts you in a position to get used.
No, and I'm gonna be honest with you, right? It's a lot of men. And you gotta understand too, it goes back to high school days, Mike. A lot of men don't know how to approach women.
Yeah, it's been like that for a while.
They don't know how to...
They don't even know what the first word to say.
Yeah, they don't know how to really romance a woman.
They don't know how to make a laugh.
They don't know how to make a laugh. They don't know none of the pillars it really takes to win a woman the natural way.
Yeah.
So the first thing they're going to do is, let me start flashing money.
Right.
Let me start showing off a lifestyle that I really don't have.
Right.
Let me start getting out of character.
Right, that's true.
Let me start being this yes maker. We're going to talk about all this tonight because there's so many men that get just confused on why am I getting used. And it's great to have a brother. Shouts out to him, man. He works out with me at the gym sometimes. And he's like, man, he got used in 2 marriages.
Really?
And he was like, man, I was always the nice guy. Making sure what she wants, she has. Making sure she's getting pleased in all the things that matter to her.
Nobody wants that.
And then what happened? He got 2 divorces. Now he's a wild bull.
She wants complication. Because what you thought when you give them exactly what they want, you get exactly the opposite. Nigalations 13.
Mark to the boss of pocket, man. What's going on with you?
You know what I'm saying?
Mark, we talking real, man. Appreciate the love, man. Yeah.
What I mean by that is that, I posted this. You give a girl exactly what she wants, and she's gonna treat you like a servant for sure.
For sure. Why not?
But here's the thing. This doesn't mean they deserve garbage, horrible treatment. No, you treat her with the most respect, treat her like a queen, all that, or like a prince. Treat her great. Give her what she deserves. Let's just say,
like you say, deserve.
And the reason I say deserve because not just giving it, and then there's no type of, there's no reciprocity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You reap what you sow. So there has to be some type of reciprocity. Meaning,
sure.
She's getting this treatment not because she's just a woman and she just deserves it. No, she's getting this treatment because she's shown you up until this point she deserves X amount. Right? Because we're always in a position where men, there's an imbalance. There's never going to be a 50-50. Let's get that out of the way. We're not going Dutch when we're in relationships. We're going to give 80, they're going to give 20.
Facts.
But a lot of women believe that they're 20. Or let me say this, we should be, in a sense. Or let me just say majority. I'm not going to say 80. I'm just saying majority. Because we're the hunters. Right? We're not the hunted.
Correct.
We're not the prey. Right? We're the ones going after it. But my point is this. When a man is being a little too thirsty,
and there's a lot of them.
We have a lot of them out there. They're doing everything. And, hey, damn, mama, what's going on? And it's just like you hanging out the window.
I'll do this. I'll fly you out. I'll give you whatever.
Just because she appeases your eyeballs as well as gets you hard, you think that she deserves all of that. When she really she's just a bag of chips. She ain't really nothing on a regular day. She may look beautiful, but when you get with her, you talk with her, you get her on your chest, whatever. It's like, she kind of basic. I'm not really. It don't do it for me, right? And let me be honest with you guys. We're going to be honest with the women tonight. A lot of times, the problem is it's confusing for women because a lot of times when men are being thirsty, right, or a little too thirsty, a lot of times it's just curiosity. A lot of times it's not that he just wants you and wants to be with you and treat you as his wife.
Facts.
He thinks you're so fine, he just wants to hit it. Or he might not think you're that fine, but he might think, I just want to see what it feels like.
Yeah.
Curiosity always kills the cat. And a lot of men, there's just more, some men don't even know how to tell the difference between being curious and being thirsty.
You're talking a great point, right? Like,
there is a difference.
But you gotta understand where it comes from. Like, a lot of men weren't taught how to approach women, how to date women, how to converse with women, to, again, make women laugh.
This is true.
How to win the woman without being thirsty.
Yeah.
That's all they know.
Yeah.
I mean, one time I was at a location and this guy was buying something, and the first thing he did was to make sure the girl could see, he pulled out like a wad of money.
That's impressive.
He got $2,000-$3,000 out of his pocket.
Listen, if that's impressive, you don't want
exactly. Like he got his whole bank account in his right pocket. So he got his Citibank in his right pocket. He pulls out his Citibank account. You know what I'm saying? His street Citibank account. And you gotta understand there's certain type of women like, oh my God, he got money because that woman might be vulnerable.
Yeah, there's levels to it. Those types of women are not really on my level.
Exactly.
Like women that I like to go after. But
and that type of woman was so attracted to that because like, oh my God, he got a lot of money. He got his Citibank. He got his street Citibank account in his right pocket. You know what I'm saying? And
he must have money.
And he must have money. And then of course, they go to Pound Town and realize later on that man, this guy don't own nothing.
Yeah.
And then of course here's the problem with men too. Instead of just pulling back and realizing, okay, you know what? Maybe she's not with me for me, she's with me for my money. Let me still pay for more things to keep her around.
Here's the thing.
And that's where the problem keeps starting.
I think this goes into the second point right here. And the
Mark
second
said that was his rent money.
It probably was, or his re-up. I think this is what it is as well, right? And this kind of flows perfectly into the second point, right? Which the first point we talked about being thirsty, but the second point is about, the reason why I feel like a lot of men also get used or get taken over, take advantage of certain situations and get used, right, is because they have this baller mentality.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is they just want to pay for everything, and I got you, and you're leading with your wallet, and your dick is right after. And then you have the nervous, and some men have the nerve, like, oh, she don't mess with me for real, she not down. Well, look what you led with.
Yeah, right? You started the baloney. You know what I'm saying? If you
you led with the stripper package 3,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, getting money. You know what I'm saying? Like,
getting money 3,000 package.
Yeah, like this stripper package 3,000. Like, you know what I'm saying? Brand new out the box. Here's some money. Right behind it, I got some dick for you. Like, come on. What do you think she's going to, how do you expect to get treated? You see what I'm saying? Versus having her fall for you personally. Like, no, we're not going nowhere. We're going to spend money. I'm going to pick you up. Only money I'm going to spend really is gas to get to the destination and maybe a little drinks or food, whatever.
No, they ain't got that, man. You know how many people right now, Mike, is in relationships because the person is
uncreative.
Exactly.
Not taking initiative.
The person has a baller status, a street baller status.
Yeah, you just got
a local baller status.
As soon as you go out with her, you got to impress.
Ballers got to be popped.
You
got to be in VIP. The woman don't want to be anywhere else except VIP. She got to be in 5-star. She got to be at the hottest events.
So,
and this is where the problem
is. Is this her fault if she expects that to keep going?
No, it's not. That's the man. Men, look, we got to be real, right?
Read that again. Is it her fault if she expects that to keep going?
I'm going to say,
look, with that.
Men, you got to understand something. If the tables was turned and I was a woman, I'm going to use your ass too, because I'm going to be real with you. If you dumb enough to keep doing it, why not?
Yeah.
It's just, but here's the thing, it goes back to emotion and reality. A lot of men move off emotion. Oh, she really liked me. Oh, look how we doing things. Look how we look together. We eye candy together. Well, we killed them last night spending money in the clubs, and we had every hot spot. But at the end of the day, you don't realize something. Who's spending all the money?
Right.
You. She ain't tipping nobody. She ain't spending no money.
And you ain't making it nowhere near as fast as you spending it. So,
female women like to do too. They go invite their homegirls on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
When they say, "Oh, damn, we got a real duck." Like we got Duck 911. Duck 911 with Citibank street account.
They're gonna do it.
We gotta empty his pocket. And this is a real problem.
But why not? Think about it. Why not? But here's the thing. Like I always say, right? There was a chick. It was one time I was talking to this girl. She was online, and we like each other back and forth on Instagram. And one day she tells me to get on this. It's like a fake OnlyFans, right? That she has. It's another website. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm not. She kept trying to tell me to get on it so we can talk, so she can get to know me, because I'm putting fire emojis and heart in certain posts. Mind you, on a scale of 1 to 10, in the women that I like to deal with, she's probably like at the bottom barrel. I'm not saying she's garbage or ugly. I'm just saying like she's not gonna be up there. Like,
she's like a 4.
She's like a 4 or 5. You know what I'm saying? For me, you know what I'm saying? She's pretty on a good day, but it ain't like
it ain't something that you're gonna sacrifice your night.
No,
to wake up out of bed and go see.
Not at all. So I'm just like, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
But she's not an ugly girl either, right? Yeah. But it was, I'm talking about overall sort of package. So anyways, she texts me, hey, what's going on? I'm like, I'm good, man. What's going on? She's like, oh, I just want you to listen. You never unlock, da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, to be honest with you, mama, I'm not one of these thirsty dudes who just want to see some photos, and I don't want no naked photos of you. I don't want none of that stuff. I really just want to really know you. So when you're ready to get some coffee or dinner or whatever, you let me know. If not, it's cool.
Oh, man.
Meaning that I'm not thirsty, right? There are other pendings before you. You know what I'm saying? So you're not the first in line. I'm not going to go out my way, spend $100 so you can send me some. But is it your titty? And I'm like, that's going to keep me. No, I'm not.
Is it safe to say thirst makes millions? Looking for OnlyFans.
No, it does.
If you really think about it, right?
It does. Don't get me wrong.
Being thirsty.
The stripper industry is about being thirsty, right? Because remember.
I don't know about that. I don't know. I mean, it's more of a fantasy. No. You ain't.
What I mean by that, there's levels to thirst.
There's levels to thirst. Okay.
But it all falls into thirst. What I mean by thirst is that being thirsty is nothing wrong with it, but that's just the word that we use now in the new millennial age, right? But all it is a certain form of desire, wanting something. Correct. Right? Correct. We just call it thirsty.
Correct.
Thirsty actually is the guys who want a little bit more than desire. They'll just pay you $100 just to show me a titty. Like, no. Listen, some guys, they're not doing that. They want to get something really in return for that $100. But there are some men who you just looking at them, you know what I'm saying, is enough, and they're going to get off on it. There's levels to the thirst.
Yeah,
that's true. So you know what I'm saying? So you got the OnlyFans all the way to the guys, people who know they would never, ever, ever get a chance with this girl.
That's true.
But they'll spend the $300-400 to get that quote-unquote special image that she took 3 months ago and copy and paste to everybody else.
Yeah. That's true. And that is, but it goes back to that emotional thing. I think it goes back to that self.
Thirst is what made women's millionaires. on this new wave I'm talking about. You know, there's women who's making $1 million a month in OnlyFans because of the million people who are thirsty for it.
You know, it is very true that there's an avenue to make revenue with it.
I'm not against it. Look, get it how you live. I'm not against it. Milk these thirsty boys. But this is what I'm saying is when you get it taken advantage of.
My thing is too is like when women milk them and they start complaining. Oh, he weak, he's soft, But hold on, you know what I'm saying? You're entertaining it,
right?
You've been dealing with it. But here's where it gets funny too. Like he's paying all your bills. You're accommodating the foolishness. But at the end of the day, you're calling him thirsty. You're calling him he's lame. He's a square.
He ain't lame. It's still not direct deposit.
Exactly. I'm gonna be honest with you. And let me say this, fellas. Like if you're one of them thirsty guys that don't understand you have options in life, that don't understand that.
Listen, Bob, you already went down the wrong road. These boys ain't gonna admit that. Listen, you know who you are.
People, you know what I mean?
For a man to not know who you are, all you gotta do is go into your IG, go into your Facebook, go into your inbox, and look at all the messages that you sent, not the ones that you received.
Yeah.
Just read everything you sent the past 90 days. And ask yourself what level do you fall in on the sip category, or the thirst category, or the fake baller category, because most men lead with one of these three things: the thirst, the simp, or try to ball. One of these three. These are the classic strategies that men they want to simp. Oh my God, baby, you can have whatever you want, or thirsty, like, damn, whatever I gotta do, I gotta get that.
You know what I realized too is that
like,
some of the people that do the most riskiest type of occupations in the streets, so which AKA scamming, they're the main. When you really think about it, they're the main thirsty type of dudes. Sometimes they're willing to pay to any level to have
the
one night.
Money. Yeah, it's one. I gotta have that.
But if you would just communicate with another woman,
right?
You ain't got to do 90% of you ain't got to spend 90% of that money you spend.
100%.
You know how many women right now? The only reason they see in countries and continents is because thirsty dudes.
100%.
I never seen Dubai become such an express location.
Yeah.
Such a priority location at such high ticket prices.
But here's the thing: these ain't even thirsty dudes. These are dudes that these are different levels of sugar daddies. You know what I'm saying? These dudes they get what they want to return. But that it's a transaction. They're paying for it as well. So she's out there doing it, but her ticket costs. You paid for it. Right? She wanted something when she was over there. You paid for it. Then eventually you got hopefully what you wanted in the end. But it was a transactional thing, right? So for example, when a Tinder Swindler came out, I loved him. Simon Levy,
Beast Mode.
He got his lick back for all the men whoever got used. He licked all the women for us.
Yeah, because
now the women who got hit, there was innocent women. We're not talking about them. I'm just talking about the whole fiasco of it. It was so astonishing to see because, at least women got to see what a lot of men go through who really can't go out and cry to nobody because nobody care.
Yeah,
right. It happens every day to a lot of men. You see on the news, all the time. It happened to Ross ass. Yeah. Remember when Rick Ross got sent back to his room and took his chain? You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
It happens to men all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? So
men been getting used. Men been getting used. It's nothing new. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
At this point now, it's. But honestly, too, I've learned that recently. We both can agree. Women, be careful too. At this point, 100%. Using men can cause harm to yourself.
Correct.
So we spoke about this a couple weeks ago, where a lot of women are now getting shot, murdered, killed, because again, when a man keeps
using the wrong one,
if a man keeps spending, he starts to feel he owns you.
Yeah.
And then at a certain point, you can't break that contractual ownership contract.
And let's be real, ladies. Most men, when I say most, we're talking about over 51%. A
lot of women right now getting hurt, getting killed.
Meaning over 51%. Yeah. Most men make between the ballpark of 40 to 50 grand. Most. The gap of men who make more than that are a little elevated. Then you have the 0.1% men, the $400,000 or $500,000 and up, right? But majority sits in that nice little pocket, right? White and black. We're talking about between 40 to 50. So if he's acting like he's balling, just know, you'll kind of have an idea. He probably falls within this range. He's not balling, right? But then we'll get to the last category because whether you're not thirsty or you're not balling, a lot of men is simping.
Let me tell you something. Simping has been going on for a long time.
Explain that to simping. What do you consider simping? What does that mean?
Look, I'm going to be honest with you. You're willing to be a yes man to everything. You don't disagree to nothing. Your opinion doesn't even matter.
Are you talking about like the dude who you worked out with?
Oh,
that's why he got
divorced twice. That's why he got divorced twice. He's upset about it.
Yeah, because he went to Simp University. He got his degree.
he got his PhD. He got his PhD. And he admits it. I give him that for being organically.
He got fired twice.
Exactly, and he realized that at the end of the day, he's like,
he wasn't working.
At the end of the day, if I got simped, I was yes to everything. I was the softest I could be. He's like, now I learned my lesson. A lot of it.
Learn to be you.
I need to understand who I am.
Grow some balls, basically.
It's okay to say no sometimes, fellas. I'm gonna keep it real with you because
women won't make you feel good to say no. Wow, you've never said no. Oh my God, you ain't. Listen, girl, I ain't buying that shit. Think what you want.
But you know what it is? It goes back to some men that emotional, that guilt trip. Oh my God,
she gonna think I'm broke.
She gonna think I'm broke. It goes back to that self-esteem.
Yeah, it's an ego thing.
Yeah, like what are you talking about? No is a no. If she decided to take an option as a grown adult, that's just the option you're gonna take. You can't control that.
That's true.
That's where men go wrong. I wanna control the woman. At the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you something. I learned it the easy way and I learned it the hard way. You ain't controlling these women. You can buy everything in the world. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've had times in my life when I was in that life. I'm gonna tell you right now. There was men paying rent for women and all that, and the woman still was inviting me over. Made no difference.
Yeah.
Made no difference. This man paying all the bills. I'm still at the house. Makes no difference.
Yeah. If you don't make it tingle, you're not the one. And no matter what you do, you ain't making it tingle. You don't do something internally for her. It don't gotta always be sexual. Just something internally where she feels like, damn, something about him. If that's not you, because remember, women are in tune with their emotions. If there's nothing that connects to emotion to you, you're in the back of the line. You could be giving the most, but still be in the back of the line. That makes sense. Paying all this, doing all this, but you're still in the back of the line because she got this dude down the street who just do it for her.
Every man can honestly say they've been used before to some type of degree.
Correct.
It could be sexually. You know, hey, a woman had a one-night stand with you. She said she's straight. She don't want to deal with you no more. I've had that happen. Awkward feeling.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it. Use me, baby.
Oh, awkward feeling.
Use me.
Where a woman just hey,
wake up in the morning like
that's it. That's it. It made you feel like, damn, is my performance was that?
You wake up, you see the money on the counter, like, thank you so much for last night. You're like, oh my God.
Yeah. Or you have a man has gotten into that emotional state of mind.
Correct.
I want to solve all her problems and be this hero.
You try to be her Prince Charming.
Exactly. And then, of course, she starts realizing who you say you think you are. And then, of course, she starts just using you up to the T and then realize, okay, you're not really the one man she wanted. She wanted this guy.
She wants something a little more rough. And she wanted you with some other dude in the back seat.
Yeah. Because you ever realize this too, right? You ever realize that men that's just this nice Prince Charming guy, when they finally lose their woman, that woman, because sometimes it's not even their woman, that woman, the woman goes to some man that's totally opposite of that guy. So totally opposite of that guy.
Let's break it down like this, right? There's two different types. There's men who are the super simps. Then you have the men. No, so the men super simps.
Yeah, that's true though.
And then you have the husband who's straight garbage, meaning he doesn't treat her right. He doesn't do all this emotional stress. There's never the guy who's in the middle.
Yeah, there's no such thing.
That allows that you're gonna end up having access to that girl. No. That girl's gonna be locked in because he's in the middle. But the guy who's the extreme of both, trust me, I know because I fucked both those types of wives. A super simp wife and a dude who ain't doing shit wife.
Facts.
I've been there. I've been the wife effort. And when I took that course in Backbreakers University, you know, my teacher told me like this. Listen, make sure your performance is elite, right? So
Harry, what's popping, man? Harry in the building. For people that just tuned in, let me just reset the room. We're talking several reasons why men get used. Several reasons why men get used. One of them we all know, of course, just being thirsty. Just met a woman taking her straight to Komodos. Don't even know her last name yet. Next minute she leave there looking stupid. Number two, trying to be a baller. and just knowing that you don't even really live that lifestyle.
You can't keep it up.
Popping bottles all night long. You know your credit card doesn't have your name on it, and you're trying to keep that up, knowing it's not working.
I hope it goes through.
Yeah, I hope it goes through. Crossing your fingers behind the strip club bar line. Number 3, simping. Just being a yes man. Everything is a yes, 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 yes. Just soft and simping. No, a lot of men. That simping part is so big. There's so many men that simp, and that's crazy tonight.
This man been simping for decades. This decades thing.
They don't know who they are.
I saw a video just earlier today. JT Pocket Watcher was posting it about a car getting repoed at somebody's house. Husband came out, spoke to the man, and said, "Oh, you taking this car? Okay, cool. It's his son's car." Went in the house. The wife came out, started doing all this commotion. Now he's like, "No, you ain't talking to me. You ain't there." The wife put the battery in his back. Now all of that. No,
so he had nothing to say to it.
Now his
he
chest
flared up.
He flared up. He's like, "No, you came to my house. And when you go outside with him by yourself, you walked outside. You was like, oh, what's going on? You taking this car? Oh, okay, it's my son's car. Oh, he inside. Yeah, I'm just taking it. He don't really take it. Okay, cool.
When the wife came out,
yeah, okay, cool. He said, okay, cool. He said, okay, cool. Oh, it's all on camera. Go in the house. As soon as the car get on the rack, they start pulling it out. They gotta get his stuff. Then all of a sudden, hubby got something to say. Oh no, but you ain't explain who you was though. Now you gonna come in my house?
So who was gonna take the car exactly? A random person? That not like, come on. But you see that's
but
true.
My point is that the level of this is a lot of times men hide behind their wife. My wife said this, I'm doing this. Like it's become a norm type of thing, right? It's in corporate America. It's everywhere. My wife is happy. They do these little jokes and stuff. And I get it. I get it, bro. I'm not saying, make sure your woman is not happy, right? But I don't believe in making her happy and sacrifice for yours. I believe both can coexist. That's just me.
Yeah,
it should, because 2 is better than 1 in that aspect. It's more love. It's not just her love.
It's definitely true. You gotta realize that there's a lot of men that get a happy wife, happy life, and they just fit. You know how many men I know that's married or was married, and they say, "Man, I never thought about myself."
It's like a dog.
Yeah,
it's like a dog that you go take him to the vet and cut his nuts off. That's how it is. Dog. Yeah. He's so docile now.
For a grown man to say, "I never thought about myself after 10 years, 12 years of marriage." Are you kidding me?
That thing is not that far. Trust me.
What are you talking about?
But again,
we're gonna take some comments. Shout out to Harry. People, we're talking about reasons why men get used. We talked about, of course, being thirsty. We talked about simping. We talked about there's certain men that just want to be this. They got this baller status by theory lifestyle. They spend so much. They spend a salary per 2 months just to
impress the girl.
Just to get some vagina, which is crazy. You ain't even got, like, next man got to do 90% of, he ain't got to do 95% of the
You went to Walgreens, got some flowers,
and he went,
oh my God.
Yeah, while this dude here spent 20 racks, put a down payment here, put a down payment there. He flew her to this country, that country.
While you doing that, I'm buying flowers and she's sitting on the couch.
playing Uno with me. It's crazy. Harry Davis says, let's see what we got. Appreciate the love, Martha. What's popping with you? Martha said that was his rent money. It was. Harry Davis said, we don't pay rent no more. No. Harry, these men still paying.
Yeah, you don't.
You don't. But they
dudes out here, that's nothing to them, baby.
Yeah, some men, that's the introductions. That's the intro to the conversation.
That's the intro.
What's your rent payment like? That's all they understand.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take.
Yeah, I'm gonna handle that ASAP. What's your cash out? I'm just send that right away. What's your Zelle? Let me Zelle that to you. That's how much of a duck I am. Let me see. Harry says those days are over. Men are waking up. The only reason they started waking up is because of Kevin Scammers.
No. Let's not stop. Let's not act like men are waking up. Men are not waking up.
Some of them are, Mike. Now, some of them are.
Let me rephrase.
Some men waking up now.
Here's what I mean by that. There's not enough men to prove that men are waking up. Just because you saw a few posts here of men saying something and Kevin Samuel followers saying something, it does not mean the collective believe that or are acting as such. What do I mean? Men still to this day simp by default. You got decades of simping, and you don't think because
your brother, your uncle,
because of YouTube.
Everybody been simping.
And a few Facebook posts, you think that automatically the world around you, your teacher, your boss, everybody's simping. You say, "Oh, I can't do this with my wife." So they're like, everybody's. You
start to believe that mindset.
So let's not act like all men are waking up. No, there's a small group of men that are waking up. That's 1%. You know how many men are out here? Not just black men. We ain't the only ones on earth now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's white men, it's Hispanics, it's
but you know what it is too.
I'm talking about the collective. We don't have no data to show that most men are waking up because they're not.
You know what it is too. There is a problem, right? Some men don't know the balance. Okay, hypothetically, you're at a venue. We're not going to use club because for club, when you say the word club, some people feel that's just too ratchet. The word club. So we're going to use you're at a rooftop brunch event. Okay, so now you decide to I don't know buy some women some drinks. Is that a simp or not? Don't know the women. You decided to buy them some drink because you want to talk to one of the women. You simping or not? Don't know the one. You don't know who these women are.
Let's rephrase this. You buy all three a drink because you wanted to talk to that one.
Okay, you buy the one a drink.
Oh, the one you want to? No, that's not.
Okay.
That's just, especially if it's poured in front of her. She know you're not roofing her. Oh, I'm sorry. I normally introduce myself with drinks, but today I'm gonna actually come in and say hi to you. How are you? What's your name? You know what I'm saying? Like some guys don't have no follow up behind the drink. They buy a drink and they just sit in the corner.
Yeah, sit in the corner like, and then the waiter got to go point at him.
Hey,
buddy with the blue shirt.
Tell Shorty how about it. So she can look over and be like so awkward. Versus you just buying a drink. You pull up and just sit at the bar and don't even look at her, just look on your phone, and then she bring you a drink to the girl. Like, oh yeah, he bought you a drink. Oh, excuse me? Yeah, that was me. You welcome. Yeah, nice to meet you. I like your shoes, by the way. And act like there's so many different tactics, ways you can do it. Treat her like she never just bought you a drink. You look good tonight.
Yeah, because when you do that type of tactic there, that curiosity really.
Like now he's like, yeah, he ain't even pressing me. Like, you mean you like my shoe? He just bought me that. So where are you from? You know what I'm saying? Versus you all press. Like there's so many ways. But like I said, this is not the master class on how to pull.
Yeah.
There's not. You got to pay for that. But my point is this: men are not. And this is not something that most guys think about. And what I mean by that is not all men are suave. They cool with words. And some guys are just them. It is cool. It's not something that every man has to be. I just believe it's something that you should have and should know how to do because you always want to keep a spark as a man. Even when you with your girl, you should always be dating your girl.
That part there is fact.
Even if you with your girl, you should always be dating your girl. So when you get home, damn, that's you? Shit, what's all that back down?
Exactly.
Man, you got a man? What's his name? Like you should be playing them type of game. Let me take you out. It was like these are types of things I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So
Harry says, but dating ain't never been a broke man's sport. Okay. You ain't lying about that. I look.
We know that, but most broke men do it.
Yeah, any man, if you dating,
Rolls Royce never been a broke man car, but a lot of broke dudes drive.
Dating costs 100%. If you dating women, it costs. If you just messing around with women, it costs. Messing around with women, period, just costs because no matter how you look at it, it's gonna cost you money. It ain't a broke man sport in no type of way.
Correct.
I'll tell you that.
But just because you can pay for it doesn't mean you're broke. Doesn't mean you're not broke. That's my point. Like, yes, it's not a broke man sport. Correct. So are you saying that just because you have the money to take her to this venue, like it's there available, means that you can afford it? No. A lot of men go, they got $60, they spend $20 on the parking, thinking, okay, we're going here. We're not going to eat that much. We're going to spend $30 on food. I got $10 left. We ain't talking about nothing else tonight. We're just chilling. She getting to know me.
You know how much times that have happened? I've had grown men text me, I ain't got no money. I ain't know it's expensive. Why you took her there? Why you took her to that restaurant? Why you took her to that location? Why you took her to iPick? Why did you take her to
that? Because he thought in his mind,
movie theater.
He didn't think that. He wasn't thinking. He didn't think that far. He just thought in his mind he's going to pick her up and he's going to figure it out from there. A lot of people have this figure it out mentality, and they also when they do that, they have this in the back of their mind. You know, I can always act such and such to look out. Yeah, that's true. When they know that the next person got it. I like that. Harry says super sense. Oh yeah, there's a lot of super sense. DJ Cardi, what's popping, man? What's popping? Yes, sir. Yeah, sir. He said what's popping. I wish it was over. Bro. Harry Davis, Dennis. Still a lot of simps. Oh yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. Man. Every day. They grow day by day. They grow day by day. With social media, doing so much. You know, when you see some of these women post how many messages from sometimes the same guy. I remember one girl said that. Why do you think some girls do not post? And look, here's what's so funny about women. Women are like cats, right? If you ever been in a house when you had animals, cats and dogs, are selfless. They don't care. They want to be upon you all the time. A cat is funny. You walk in the house, the cat know you there. They might make a noise and walk away. They rub up on you, and then you don't see them for the rest of the night. Or they come around, they act funny. They feel some type of way when somebody's in the house. They're very moody, and a lot that represents women. And what I mean by that is You cannot go and pet a cat. A cat comes to let you know when they wants to be petted. A dog is always open.
Always.
You always know where you stand with the dog. If that dog don't mess with you, if that dog mess with you, it's all up on you. There's no gray area. If he don't know you, he might be like, but you can see everything on their face. A cat, you have no idea. You might think shit's sweet, and when you sleep, it is. Like, you know what it is? Shit out you while you sleep.
Cats are real calm and collected. They know what. Okay, I don't really.
Because they don't need to be taken care of.
They just walk off. Like they like to just.
They don't need to be taken care of.
I'm good.
Yeah, they rub up on you. It's not you touching them. They rub up on your leg. All right, I'm gone. Like, don't touch me no more. Like, no. And then they move away. They purposefully like to be in their own thing. So what I mean by that is before I let you go, is that a lot of times you see women post. They'll get on the line, they'll show the phone and just start shaking their booty, twerking for you, dancing, right? Knowing they look good. They're gorgeous. They got a nice little body. And then when they post the same thing in their story, right, you'll see that the story comments is taken off. Why is that?
The thirst level is so high. It's so, and there's a lot of women starting to do that now.
No. Because why? The first thing I said, there's a difference between being thirsty and harassment. A lot of y'all boys got to the level where y'all harassing these women to the point they got to turn this shit off.
Mm-hmm. A lot of them doing that.
They have to turn the comments off.
Yeah, because you can imagine.
Because y'all thirsting so much, y'all harassing them. Damn, why you won't never respond? Hey, what's going on? You calling them on IG. You don't even know the person. You calling them on like.
Who does that? You know what's funny? It's true. It's happening. Some people are funny. Like some men are really desperate, and sometimes even with money they still lame. Like even with money
just magnifies.
Even with status, they still lame.
They just magnifies who you are,
and they try their best to buy out the woman. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta understand. Look at how many women in this world have been with celebrities, artists, athletes, and they left the man for something basic. Left the man. That just shows you that the money, fellas. If you got money, and you think saying yes and being this spending hero jacket that you got on is gonna keep the relationship, I'm telling you right now, you're gonna get used. You're gonna feel embarrassed, and when you calculate how much money you done spent on trying to be this hero that you're trying to be, you're gonna regret what you did.
I'm gonna say something that don't even make sense, but men, you understand what I'm saying. Most women are simple, but also complicated at the same time. They're simple and complicated at the same time. When you go too much, they don't want it. When you go too little, they don't want it.
For sure.
When you right in the middle, it's good, but not good enough.
So there's never a perfect position. There's never a decent position.
See what I'm saying? It might be good for the moment, but wait till she wake up tomorrow, or wait till she get off work, or wait till she get out the gym, wait till she get off this conversation, wait till she just 10 minutes later pass by and she just feel something else. It's ocean.
I think it comes with human flesh is naturally curious, and I think no matter what levels you give them, like you could give women the world. For a lot of women, that shit doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because the moment their mind changes, say, "This is what I want," you're in a real problem.
Yeah.
You better pray to God.
And it may not be nothing to do with you. And a lot of them, what I've realized too, a lot of women are waking up to understand that they are the problem when it comes to that. I gotta stop doing that. And it's not. They weren't just born like this. Most women were taught this, indirectly by their family, by their mother. I got a girl who just randomly catches these horrible attitudes out of nowhere.
Oh.
Because it's not even because I did something wrong, because anybody did something wrong. She just has a horrible attitude out of nowhere. Because her sister does it. Her mom raised them, does the same thing. Her mom doesn't do it as much, but her mom does it. Her other sister, it's in the family. She lives with her sister who still does that. So now when I'm talking, it's just a random attitude out of nowhere. Just like you're just a bitch out of nowhere. And then she catches her. It's like a bipolar thing.
You gotta be careful with that, man, because there's also there's a lot of women like that. And
you know what I'm saying? So it's like there's no control. She's a slave to her emotions. She's not in control.
Well, that's a real problem.
You're dating her emotion, you're not dating her.
I've dated a woman like that too, where she doesn't have her emotions in check. Always upset, always mad at the world. Everything is a problem. And then when you look back and see the history, okay, she grew up by herself.
Yeah, it's real trauma.
Nobody ever supported me. There's always a stuff. I tell them, be careful with that because you're gonna go through. You're gonna try. She's gonna probably try to put you in her stress, her depression, which has nothing to do with you.
Right,
no matter how much you spend, no matter how much you try to play hero, trying to fix the problem she has, you ain't gonna fix it. It's gonna always be there. So just move on. I'm telling you, fellas.
What's the next comments we got?
A happy wife, happy life is trash. We deserve happiness as well. Yeah, you matter. Men matter. Men matter. Let me tell you this.
That's a shirt.
Yeah, men. That right there need to be a shirt for real. Like, men matter. Yeah. And this is the thing I realized with certain types of women. Yeah, everything is all about. Some men have this mindset. It's all about my wife. I get that. That's you.
Yeah, you by yourself on that.
Yeah, by yourself on that. I get that, but it's about everybody.
Correct.
Everybody needs to be happy in the house. You know what I'm saying?
I love selfishly. What I mean is that it's all about me, but it's all about you as well if you provide me peace. Once the peace is gone, it's not all about you no more. Yeah, because my sanity is first important. If I do not have battery to give, if my car is already dead, how am I gonna give you a jump?
For sure. That's true. I mean, a level of peace in a home is everything. And it's just not easy, man. It's not easy because people grew up differently. People look at life differently. Sometimes people don't understand how to care for the next person or care for themselves at times.
Complicated, man.
It's complicated. To me, I'm gonna be honest, like having a level of peace in the home is the most important thing a man or a woman can have.
Peace in my mind, in home, and also as well. That's like the biggest thing to me. I'll pay anything for that. Like that's priceless at a certain point.
I love what you say right here. Harry says men got to learn their work. A lot of them don't. That's why the first thing they do, they meet a woman. They just straight spend it. Let me go put $10,000 on a Range Rover. Let me pay her car payment. Let me go pay this. Let me tell you, I had a homegirl one time. She says, "Oh, this man bought her an Audi truck for $15,000 cash." After she drove for 2 years, the car started giving problems. She says, "I ain't even want it anyway. I would have just took a Camry." I said, hold on.
At the time, it was everything.
It was everything.
2 years later, 100,000 miles plus the ramp on it.
Transmission going out.
Yeah.
All of a sudden. But I said, did you ever, reference that to him? I guarantee he never heard that. But you hear that? A man bought a woman a car for $15,000. She drove this shit, couldn't afford to maintenance it. Now all of a sudden, the value of the car has no worth. I would have took a Camry, which made more sense to me. I guarantee when he bought that car, you didn't say that.
No.
You never told. That's why I said, man, you got to understand. Sometimes you may feel like your opinion or your perspective is wrong.
Right.
You better stand on something.
You gotta stand on something.
If it don't make financial sense for you, it just don't make financial sense for you.
Yeah.
If the woman want to move on, let her move on. Hey, no problem. If you want to buy it on your own, go ahead. I can't blame you. Let her make that mistake.
Right.
Because these men out here, boy, whew, you can imagine what that man could live with $15,000.
Yeah, a lot, bro. $200. Listen, if it's not in your budget, boss man. If it's not in your budget, don't budge. You know what I'm saying? Like certain sacrifices ain't worth it, man. And this is why I say, man, there's a fine line too between, because some men, know your worth, but also there's a fine line between knowing your worth and being arrogant as well.
Correct.
Some men feel like their worth is so high they just become arrogant. Oh, whatever, girl. I mean, like you just be normal. You know what I'm saying? But understand your worth and say, no, I'm cool with that, or no, I'm not cool with that. Stand on something or fall for nothing. You know
I like that statement, but that's the hard part for some men too. Before we close out, is that some men don't stand on nothing. They never say
no principles, no values.
No values.
They think they got it, but it's all memes. They don't have no principles and values. It's all
right, man. If you don't like something, you don't like it. If I like it, I like it.
Baby, I love when your hair is like
this.
Yeah,
like I don't know, like dudes have a
baby,
problem.
I like when you wear that.
They can't say no. They like it's like, what am I, puppet? Yeah, I don't know. Some dudes, man, they scary when it comes to.
You got a paragraph over there?
Hold on. Harry,
what's
poppin'?
I thought it was somebody else.
Harry said, I know somebody who bought a chick an Audi truck, then got her a Benz just for him to lose his job, and the chick left him to drive another dude's Range Rover. Harry, this happens a lot. Because, again, these men, they try to...
They don't think.
And again, man, I get it. You're a great person. You know you're a great person. But you being used and you understand, look, if you can't afford it, you can't afford it. The best thing to do when you hear the woman's situation, oh man, that's crazy. That's what I can give you. That's crazy. The that's crazy line works so well. Look, that's crazy, man. So just move to the next sentence. What you got going on later? Because again, certain things ain't your goddamn problem. Every man want to be this Mr. Fix-It, Mr. Bank of America, we finance CEO, director of department. they want to be the underwriting department. Every man, this is the problem with y'all. You don't have to be the underwriting department of Range Rovers. If that's what she want, no, man, I'm gonna be real with you. Let her go get it. Let her go get it.
Let her go get it.
Swear, look, I'm gonna be honest. You ringing right now. Your credit ain't good. Your savings ain't good. We ain't getting that Range Rover. But what we could do, if you want, I can send you some YouTube videos, or we could go test drive.
Yo, Future said this pocket tag song. He first came out. He said, chick, you want that G-Wagon, go motherfucking get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, go get it on your own. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he just doesn't.
Oh, Lord.
Because if it's up to.
Oh, we went out.
What happened to my connection? What the hell just happened?
Somebody probably called you, or because the Wi-Fi looks like it's on 0 bars, too.
I'll probably just come back up.
Look at it where the Wi-Fi is.
You want to say, oh, man, what you
see next to the live thing? See how the Wi-Fi looking?
I don't know if I want to refresh. What the refresh going to do?
Something went wrong. Wi-Fi went out. Wow. Yeah, man, we was rolling too.
Yeah.
Live, boy.
Yeah.
Had a few comments. You know what I'm saying? People tuned in.
It kicked us out for some reason.
Yeah, the thing is a network.